Hello everyone. Today I just want to do a little showcase for you on two Andre Thorburn knives that I have in, and I actually get to choose one of these. I get to keep one of these because, well, I bought one. But basically, long story short, someone offered me $900 for my mini Tolk. I figured I'd just get on the Wave 3 books, and so I took it, and a buddy of mine I knew had both of these. I couldn't decide which one I wanted to buy, and so he sent me both, and I get to choose. So that's this situation right here. Don't worry, I'm going to be getting another mini Tolk whenever Wave 3 comes out. But I just kind of wanted to highlight some features about these knives that I really like, and then kind of tell you which one I'm leaning towards and why. So first, I kind of want to look at the blade on both of these. Both of these have a hand rub satin blade with some polished flats. And the flats continue even to the flipper tang, which I think is really nice. I just love kind of a two-tone like that. I'm loving polished blades the more I progress in the knife hobby. I just think that it just is a nice work of art, and it's just really cool, even though they attract fingerprints like nobody's business. Oh, real quick, before I forget, this one is the L44, and this one is the L36, both custom knives, handmade by Andre Thorburn. So now that's out of the way. So the blade shapes are also very different. I actually really like both. I really like for different reasons. This one is just a really nice classic svelte style. You have a nice little recurve in there with a nice little swedge up top. Just a really, really nice clip point blade. Oh man, I can't argue with that at all. This one is a little bit less traditional, I think, in my opinion. And this one is really kind of more of Andre Thorburn's personal style from what I've seen, and it carries over a lot into the A2 models. If you've seen those are collaborations between Andre Thorburn and Andre van Heerden, two amazing South African makers. So yeah, that's just the blade. Really nice polish, really nice clean hand rub satin. Just amazing finishes overall. Moving down, you notice both of these have bolsters. From what I've seen, Andre absolutely loves bolsters. So he gives two different options here. On the L44, we have a Damasteel, and I believe this one is called Vinland Damasteel, or the Vinland pattern. And again, it's finished to a nice polish, which I really, really like. Just really, really cool. Absolutely flush. No seams or anything. Actually, you know what? I think there's just a little crevice of one right here. But other than that, and honestly, even though this is a $1,000 knife, the thing is like, this is all hand done. So this is all hand fitted, hand finished, and you know, if there's one little crevice that's not completely sanded smooth, I'm okay with that personally. This one here, we have an engraved bolster, which I believe is actually hand engraved. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it is, from what I've seen on his website and stuff. You can see that some of the insides of this bolster are polished. See my thumb moving around in them. Very clean. Again, this one actually does have absolutely no seams whatsoever. And now if we move down, we can look at the carbon fiber. And just to show, like most of you guys know that neither of these are normal carbon fiber. Just to show you an example of normal carbon fiber, here is carbon fiber on my new Millet Torrent. Does it look familiar? It should. If you're watching my channel, you probably watch Nick Shabazz's channel too, and this is actually his old knife. Anyway, you can see this is what normal matte carbon fiber looks like. Stock carbon fiber, basic plain. I mean, I still really like the look of regular carbon fiber, but neither of these are regular carbon fiber. Up here we have a blue Mylar carbon fiber with silver and blue Mylar carbon fiber. And again, this kind of has a polished finish. I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up necessarily, but it is very, oh man. You can see just like little specks of blue that become more pronounced in whatever light it's in. Absolutely well done. Same with the silver. No voids or anything. Oh man. And then to show you the one on the L36, this is lightning strike carbon fiber. So there's basically, this is silver lightning strike actually, and so you'll see that there's actually like a silver wire that's going through it, and that's what kind of gives it the lightning strike look. Oh, there we go. Another thing that Andre's done on both of these knives is he has polished the liners and kind of thrown a little red liner in it. So let's take a look inside here, and you can see that the liners are both blue, and they're both very highly polished, and I absolutely love that. Oh man, do I love that. It just, like I said, I like polished things, I like flashy things, and this is just going the extra mile just to have, you know, some more finishing done. I mean, this is the definition of fit and finish right here. You know, you look at a similar price knife, which I'm about to do a long-term review on this guy, but you look at the Norseman and it doesn't really have any of the nice features, and that's definitely going to be something I'm going to bring up in the long-term review of this guy. But this is going to be running around the same price as the Thorburns, if not more expensive, and it doesn't have any of the same flashiness, any of the same finish that the Thorburns have. That carries over across the entire knife. On both of the models. Whoops. I have no idea what that was actually. And then they both have this custom backspacer. And I don't know if you've noticed from the video, but there are small red liners in between the liners of the liner lock. If you look in here. By the way, was that a 6 sound or what? I love doing that so much. You can see there are red liners put in there just to add a little bit more pop of color. G10 backspacer. I would have liked to see a carbon fiber that matches the handle, but you know what? That's okay. We've already got enough materials here. You can see that it's also polished. Just really, really nice work there. And you can see even the bolsters are polished. Here's the blue bolster on the titanium engraved. And you can see the Damasteel bolster is polished. Oops. And then look at this jimping. This is like perfect, clean jimping. Oh my gosh. Just absolutely clean cuts. They don't align, but I don't think they're supposed to because they're not the same thickness at all. That may be something that'll bother you. It bothered me at first. And I guess it kind of still does. I kind of wish that he had lined that up perfectly. I understand he doesn't have to because he's doing the jimping differently. This is blade jimping and this is handle jimping, but it just would have been really nice to see all of this clean jimping aligning. There's the jimping on the flipper. All right, so that's basically all of the finishing details that I have picked up on these knives, and they just blow me away. I mean, it's an expensive knife. I got one of these for my buddy at an awesome price of $9.50. You'll see them run higher, lower, depending on the models, depending on the materials. I haven't seen any with an bolster engraved as sophisticated or as much as this one. I won't necessarily say sophisticately, or that's not even a word, is it? I don't know. Anyway, making up words now. But this is a lot going on, and actually, it's really starting to grow on me here, because originally I thought that these two knives, this one looks absolutely stunning and this one was meh. But over time and after carrying both, I think they both look amazing. I still prefer the looks of this one, I think, but this one still looks hot. Oh my gosh. Just that bolster, like the nice svelte look that it's got going on. Oh man. So right now I have to make a decision between these two blades, and I think I'm leaning towards this one. And let me tell you why. Both of these are running on IKBS, but this detent is the best detent I've ever felt. It is impossible to misfire this guy. Let me try. See, I can't. That was the softest I can do, just breaking the detent, and it still opens up. That is a sign of a good detent to me. But not just that. This is not a hard detent, in my opinion. There's a balance between making a detent to where the knife will open up each and every time, and making one that is too hard. Making, like, you know, in some ways, my Norseman detent, it's still amazing. It's still one of the best detents I've ever felt. But it's possible to misfire this guy. Well, there we go. So it's possible to misfire it, but it's not super hard at all. And that's one thing that I love about the Norseman's detent. This is just even cleaner. This guy takes just the right amount of pressure to get it open and doesn't go any further than that. You don't need any more pressure. If you had any less pressure, it wouldn't be as reliable. This is just the best detent I've ever felt. And I mean, I'm not trying to brag here. I'm just trying to give you my credentials. I've owned triple digits of knives, or close to it, actually. Not quite triple digit, but close to it. And you know, at the custom knife show I went to, I flipped tons of knives that were around this price or even more expensive, and this is still the best flipper. You know, I've owned Shirogorov, Bodega, the Norseman, you know, all those guys. I haven't owned a RJ Martin, so I don't know how those are. I hear that he has his detent totally squared away, but I think Andre Thorburn does too, and so that's one of the reasons I'm leaning toward it. Plus, this one is just buttery smooth. This one's smooth too, but this one just is a little bit more. This guy, the detent is a little too hard for me. Now, let me just show you my finger real quick, and I know that there are going to be guys that are going to be calling me a sissy in the video, but after carrying this for a day, it completely demolished my finger. It is not at the point. This one I said doesn't have too much pressure. It has just enough. This one I think does have a little bit too much. I mean, it's always going to flip reliably, even more so than this one. This one, if it was possible for this one to misfire, which I don't think it is, it's definitely impossible for this one too. It definitely comes out authoritative, and now that my finger is kind of getting used to it, it's becoming less of an issue. But it just doesn't feel as clean, as nice. I just really like this detent more, and we can try to take a look in here and see the detent ball. It might be hard to tell comparing them like this, but if you look at how raised this detent ball is, I think that's why. There we go. That's kind of a better view. And you compare it to this guy. They're both raised and bigger than normal for sure. Let's take a look. Actually, I don't know if you can see the detent on this guy. I suspect you can. Not very well, fortunately. How about the Norseman? There, you can kind of see it in the Norseman. See, even though this is a square detent, so it's a little bit different than the ball detents, you can see that it doesn't protrude nearly as much as the Thorburns do. This just means that the Thorburns have a stronger detent. They sink into the blade better, or further, I should say. Which, in this case, is better. In this case, I would prefer the Norseman over a hard detent. I prefer medium to soft detents, honestly. I don't want to have to give it wrist. I want it to be able to open reliably. But I also don't want to like hurt my finger or shred up my finger. See, that time it dug in a little bit. And maybe there's a special technique to flip it that, like the perfect angle, but I honestly am not at the point where I want to be able, like, doesn't matter what angle you flip this on, you push button it, light switch it, mega light switch it. Either way, no matter what, it doesn't hurt your finger. It always opens reliably. So that's why I'm leaning towards this guy. But I mean, I'm still have both of them for a couple more days, so that may change. But we'll see. We'll see about that. By the way, both have this sculpted pocket clip. Both work amazing. So yeah, just showing this off a little bit. I probably, whichever one I choose, I probably will not be doing a full review just because it's a custom knife. And honestly, I don't know. I noticed that a lot of my non-production knives don't get nearly as much views or likes or anything. So I think most of the people that are subscribed to my channel would prefer production style blades, like something like the Switch Buoy or something. So I'm going to be doing a full review on the Microtech SOCOM Elite once they release the model that I want. Then I will carry it a little bit more and I'll do a full review on that. I plan on getting a Schmock or a Schmock, one of those, the new Spyderco flipper. Plan on snagging one of those and I'll do a review. But I mean, if y'all want to see a full review of one of these guys, then put down a comment and I will. I'll definitely do that for y'all, but these have been out for so long, I'm sure there's tons of reviews out for them. So yeah, and I'll go ahead and drop in the comments which one you would like, and stay tuned for some more content.